Where is Erin? Erin, here we go. All right, everyone. Well, we just got finished seeing a great student film. This is from Erin Russell, and she is a local film student. She's actually been a winner. Was it 2003 or 2024?
24.
24. A great film that she had in our festival at that time. So now we're going to do a Q&A for anyone who has any questions. See from the audience. First question. Let me see if I could see anybody. All right.
So a lot of the writers on it, there was 3 of us, and we had all kind of lived this story. We lived it through Evelyn. And the original script, we had written Jolene to be a lot meaner. And one of the girls was like, well, we shouldn't do that. We need to make her more of a complex character. And I think a lot of stories now which feature women in love, it's usually really tragic, and we didn't want it to be tragic. We didn't want it to be hurtful or mean. We wanted it to show the feelings of like what it's like to struggle with liking someone and coming to terms with how you feel like that and having a positive ending rather than like something rude.
Any other questions? There? Anyone?
All the
I'm
way
trying to
back
see.
there. Writing it took us about 2 months. We had an original script that was really long, and we had to cut it down a lot. So it took about 2 months to write, and it took about another 2 months to film. And then, honestly, the editing took us like 4 days. We were on a time crunch, but that's about it.
Okay. Nick?
The concept of it's happening on the TV screen and in real life, how did the legs of that?
So originally it was supposed to be on radio, and we thought that it wouldn't tell as well if we were showing visuals and then you just kind of heard an ominous voice around. So we switched to a TV because in the past I've done work around TVs, so it suited my kind of like aesthetic of really liking to use TVs as like visual pieces. So we had to go through and like you were there. We had to go through and film everything on the TVs first and then line it up with how the actors would react and respond to it.
Hey. Some other questions? Anyone else? Hey, Erin, why don't you fill us in a little bit more of your experience with this production and what it entails for you?
It was a group project as it always goes in school. It was kind of funny because our group was filled with like the people who didn't get picked. We were just kind of the leftovers of the class. And one of the girls, her name's Shania Ajita, she came through and was like, hey, I really like this idea I have. I think we should work with it. And we all read it through and we were like, yeah, this is really good. It's just too long. So we found 2 characters in the script that we really liked, which was Jolene and Evelyn, and we thought there was a really good story going with them. And we took the next 2 months to break down what was originally a 20-page script. We cut it to, I think, 13, and really hone in on what Jolene and Evelyn and how their characters would be and how they would interact, and also making this into like a 6-minute film. And through there, it was just kind of a lot of people. We hadn't really worked on anything bigger outside of like class projects, so it was a lot of trial and error. There was a lot of things broke. A lot of things got lost, and we had to like redo things. But it ended up what we kind of joked as like what shouldn't have happened ended up happening, and it came out really good. and we're all very proud of it because it really was just kind of like, oh, we're the leftovers, let's see what happens. And we made something that we're really proud of.
Any other questions? Anyone else from the audience? Okay, back there. Yes? Oh, okay.
So funny you asked that. So the camera we used was a Panasonic Lumix GH5, which I was just so nicely made aware of. And we had like our school's lighting kits, which they're just tungsten lights, so just normal like kind of studio lights. Everything else was just stuff that we happened to own, was what we made the best out of. I happen to own a Rode mic, so that's what we used for audio. It was just kind of like a bunch of us piecing together what like fancy equipment we had to make something work.
Okay, well, any last thing that you'd like to say before we end this Q&A? And let's have a big hand. And thank you, Erin. Okay, it's just me on the stage. So, questions. Like it's difficult for me to see with the lights. Any questions? Matt?
Might be kind of a random question, but there's one scene that made like war of the Sisters and the War of the Worlds.
Yes.
Or the tripods.
hmm
Was that a reference to tripod trilogy by John Christopher?
Well, I was using that more, well, we know about the book and about the movies that were made and showing how the wind turbines that we don't think as being something dangerous or dark or evil, it can actually be something worse than the tripods. It seems so obvious because that's how they were presented in the book and in the movies. But we have things being done with technology today that we don't fully realize because it's presented as something beneficial or wonderful or helpful to the earth. And sometimes that isn't such the case. So that was really where the premise came, to take something that somebody wouldn't think could be something scary or dangerous and presenting it in a way that people might not ordinarily think as being something that could be dangerous or scary. Any other questions? Anyone? No other questions? Oh, yes, yes, we are doing, this is a trilogy that we're doing. So we will be bringing back some of the original cast that you saw in this. And it's basically going to be a build-up where you're getting an idea of things, you're getting certain answers, but you're not getting the final end, so to speak. So we're going to be building up to that. And, else? Yes.
What elements of the first movie did you think were successful and you wanted to develop those?
Well, the thing, like with the first one, since we had a much smaller cast, sometimes with like this, the first one, which most people, few people here have seen the first. So you're seeing the second without seeing the first. It may give you a little difficulty in understanding some continuity, though in some respects it can stand on its own. And the first one, I would say that the second half, it was like a constant buildup of what was going to be happening or what is happening, the scary things. When you the more cast you have and you're having to have conversations, that's more difficult to try to keep some interest up with the audience. So I was trying to find a way where it's not too wordy because I cut back a lot. I could have probably had easily a 90-minute movie, but it would have been over too much dialogue, too much boring conversation. And as I cut loads off of mine, others, I just wanted to try to make something happening within set periods of time so that it would at least sufficiently hold the audience's interest. Not where sometimes you see something wonderful in the beginning and you'll get all wrapped up in the movie and it looks great, and then you're waiting for something else to happen and it doesn't happen till the end of the movie. So I wanted to try to keep something going to make people wondering what's happening, where is this going, what does this mean, giving them some answers, but not everything. Because I think that holds an audience interest more than if you suddenly just show the monster in the beginning and everyone knows they're going to be killed at the end. And fine if you just enjoy the type. And there are people that love just to watch films like that. But I wanted to get people thinking more, giving them an ability to listen to what's being said and maybe watching the film a second time saying, oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't realize what that was saying. And then taking it to the next level so that when we come into part three, they're going to be saying, well, now where is this going to go? Where is this going to take us? So that was kind of the idea that I was working with doing this. And now this is not a typical independent film. It's like a no budget. There was no crew. There were no lights used. Everybody just came with their own clothes. I set up the camera. I set up the camera for doing the filmings. 2 close-up scenes were done at the Kappa Theater by Ed, our technical director. Basically, everything you're seeing there was just me doing that in the creative process and seeing what I can create with those and within those limitations. And that's how we did the first, and that's how we're going to do the third one as well. And each time making a film like this, trying to make it better, taking within the limitations that I have and trying to make the next film that I'm working using the same method even better. Any little issues that come up, like all filmmakers, even with bigger budget independent films, have problems with wind And I mean, you heard a little bit in the film, but if you ever heard what that sounded like when I first was listening and watching the films, because I did the editing too, I was saying, what am I going to do with this? And that's always a difficult thing because I only use the internal mic within my small camera, a small camera. So it wasn't even an external mic. Everything you saw there was done within just the internal mic of the little camera that I was using. So it's trying to find ways to compensate for that each time within the limitations and say, well, what can I do? Use a creative process to find a way to maybe get around this that maybe somebody hadn't thought of before. And I don't like the idea of using AI. I like the idea of being creative. I want to use my creativity to make something, not have to depend upon AI. I know we can get wrapped up in that and it could be fun, but I think a lot of us are going to lose something that's very valuable, especially if you're a creative person or an artistic person. So that is something that I don't want to see happen. And thank you. Thank you. And so that's what this is a process to show you you don't need a big budget. You don't need to have a lot of money. It's nice when you have money, but how many filmmakers don't make a film because they're waiting to get X number of dollars, or unless it's a Hollywood grade film, that they're not going to do anything with that film. So I want to show you, if you have an idea, if you're creative, find a way. Each filmmaker needs to find their own creative way of doing something. It isn't that you must have this camera or you must have this equipment. For that particular filmmaker or another filmmaker, that camera or that equipment may be what's right. But for somebody else, just like me, I don't have a big social media following. I don't have a lot of connections. And no matter how big a budget film you have, unless you really are well connected, and I've been involved with distribution for 10 years, I have seen films that cost several $1,000,000, but because they didn't have the social media following, not really make a return. And I've seen cheaper films because they had a social media following make money. So the key isn't always necessarily how big the budget is, but unfortunately, it's the reality of algorithms and social media and those connections. PR, do you have a PR backing you, helping you? Do you have connections in the industry? All those things can help. Most of us don't have that. There's a few filmmakers I've met who do have that. So the thing is, never let yourself be discouraged by what anybody tells you out there if you're a creative person. Find a way to do what you want, get it out there. I'm doing this not expecting to make any money. If you're doing that with that expectation, you're going to fail, excuse me, right from the start. Because again, as I said, since I've been involved with distribution, I have seen films 50, 100, $150,000 budgets or more, which would be considered nothing in the film industry. But I think some of us, if we had that kind of money, we would think we're in heaven to have 100 to 150,000. And I've seen them taking years just to try to retrieve and return on their investment. So I always say, try to work within the tightest budget you can, within your limitations, and move forward. Don't let anyone ever discourage you if you have an idea or a creative process. You never know who will appreciate it. And it may be a small audience, it may be bigger, but the point is, it's your dream, it's your creativity, and never let anyone stop you. So, anyway, thanks. Thank you. Yes, Gail? Right. Let's see, all the ones who are the cast and beware the dark. Let's stand up. Let's give a big hand. Everyone who was cast. Great. Great. And just to let you know, this was an improvised script. All these people, most of these people did not have acting background. There was one, I don't know here, is Dorian here? Is Dorian? That's you, Dorian? You look completely different. I wouldn't have known that was you. He is a student at film school, but so many of the others never did anything like this before. So it's an improvised script. I create the idea. I can create a story on a dime. I could take a group of people and create a character for them. But what I try to do is take each individual that's going to be in my movie and create a character that's an extension of who they are, because then it's easier for them to get into the story and to portray that character, because in a way they're portraying a side of themselves. If I took somebody who's very happy-go-lucky and laughing and joyful and tried to make them cry and be miserable if they're not an actor or actress, it's going to be difficult possibly for most of them. So I have to say overall we were, pretty successful getting a group of people who are not ordinarily actors or actresses and getting them to do, I would say, a decent job to pulling something off. So I give credit to each and every one who's been in this production. And that's something that I'm going to follow through with, because it is a wonderful creative process when you can get people who are willing to be involved for the love of the art, not because, well, how much am I going to get paid? We all want to be paid. We all want to make money. That's the truth. That's the reality. But the thing is, the greater reality is that unless you have that financial support, that big backing, it will never happen. So just do it. Just do it. And where it leads you, you never know. You never know in the future where it may take you. So, any last questions before we get into the awards? One? All right, well, I guess we are finished then. I want to thank everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I'm ready to walk off the stage. We have the other one up here? Oh, we have it. Oh, we have it there. Okay. I think we need the second one. That's the one.
Diana, are you ready for the grand unveiling?
Yes. Just put that in there. And let me see. I guess, yeah, maybe make it a little lower first. Put that down. So, I guess does that sound good? Everyone can
Yes.
hear me? All right. Well, I know Ed was going to be filming. Why, did you want to take some pictures?
Thank you so much.
All right.
I'll just sit here.
Okay, you can sit there. And what will remember this?
If anybody has a more professional.
Right, so just start, we'll go on, because not all the people are here. If the ones that not here, we'll just put it back down. Right. Wait, you want me to do this side? Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay. Mhm. All right, so when I make the announcement for any of the award winners, if they're in the audience, you will just come up the ramp, you walk across, and you'll receive your award. And then you can be seated. And then when we finish making all the announcements, and we're also going to be having the cast of Beware the Dark come up here to receive Diamond Globe Appreciation Certificates for having been part of the movie. And then they could just be all on the stage, and then we're going to just film everyone in front of the logo. So hope everyone understands that. And we'll start with the first trophy. Let's see, is the person here? I don't think, is the filmmaker for Bunny's Family here? Did they show up? I don't think they made it. Okay, so let's put that aside. I know a few of our filmmakers weren't able to make it. Ah, okay. This now is a Diamond Globe Award for the best feature over $250,000. Matt Power, What If It Was Me? Congratulations. Here you go.
Thank you,
You
Diana.
are so welcome. You can say a few words. You want to say anything?
Oh, wow.
Say them.
Well, thank you so much, Diana, and to everyone to organize this amazing event. And as I said earlier, I'm truly honored to be here and to participate in this. And thank you so much for selecting our film.
You are welcome.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Can I?
I'm gonna have to use my camera. I'm not familiar with you. So-
Oh,
Hey, Mark, I got a couple shots of you.
okay, okay.
You go.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think she's here. This is screenplay. She should be here. Mhm. I'll give them just a minute. Okay.
Thanks for the camera.
He's coming. He'll come get it.
Okay. All right. The next award is for the best screenplay. And this goes to Mary Driscoll for Choskaza. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Is she here? Mary? She's not here? They were here earlier this evening. She's not here? Oh, I'm surprised. I wonder what happened. They were here earlier today. Okay. Okay, let me see. All right. No, this is another one. I could probably grab this one. Let's see. Oh, okay. I know this person's here. Okay, this is for the best actor, Crew St. James for Gloss. Congratulations. Here you go. You can say a word if you wish. Of course.
Thank you guys. This is so kind and very indebted to you. And yeah, thank you. I love acting. So this is so lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Let's see. Now, I hope she's here because I know these people were here earlier. So, all right, this is for the best trailer, Heard the Listening Project. Heard the Listening Project. They're not, what happened? They were all here earlier. I can't imagine that somebody would not be here when they were here earlier this afternoon for their trophy. Let's see, is this one here? Okay, this one should definitely. This is for the best Western New York student short, Aaron Russell for Tuned Out. All right. There you go. Word.
Thank you. This was very last minute, but I'm very appreciative to be here and have my little movie shown and have people enjoy it. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, let's see, is this one here? Oh, yes, yes, definitely.
Come on back.
Okay, this award is for the best music video to Honok Kim for Passion, her fabulous dance video. Oh, she can see up there, all right. I know it's a little tricky getting up. All right. I can make sure. Are you okay? Here you go.
Thank you so
You are
much.
so
Thank
welcome.
you.
You want to say a word?
Thank you so much for giving me this honorable award. Thank you for my crew and cast and my cinematographer, my son, Andre Dongsan Kim. I love you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. I'm just gonna double check for you. Yeah, that was the one. Okay, yeah. I just want to be sure. And as soon as she gets done, I'm just going to ask for all the crew, the cast. And we'll just hand them to me and then, oh, is he here? Is he here? Wait.
If you could drop the mic, just throw that shadow on your face.
Oh, you want to drop that? Okay.
Chilly.
That's good.
And it's still good. It still shows a little, but
The face.
Right. yeah. Okay, everyone, yeah, we can still hear. And what we're going to do now is have all of the cast who were in Beware of the Dark 2, if they would just come up on the stage. And you walk around the ramp over there. You just, you look so different. Another person. Get you on the stage, everyone here. So once we get you all on the stage, I'm just going to make an announcement. But the person whose name I call is just a step forward once you get on the stage, and I'll bring this certificate of appreciation over to you. So as soon as we have everybody up here and all close together, all right? Okay, is that everyone? We have everyone here?
So we have everybody face left, I don't remember. Face right. This is in the same line.
No, you're in the wrong building.
Oh. Well, first we should start. Where is Nathan? Is he back there controlling? Nathan, you might as well come up. You'll be the first one. Nathan C. Rogers, because remember, he was in the movie. You are welcome. Congratulations. Okay, so you just step forward as I call your name out, and hopefully you are here. Courtney Nielsen. Okay, Courtney. Okay, Scott B. Lewis II. So there you go. Congratulations. Joseph Merritt. Gordon Brooks.
He wasn't able to stay. I can accept.
Oh, you'll accept it for him? Okay, there you go. Thank you. Okay, let's hope I pronounced this last name correctly. Cyrus Gierlinger.
Yeah.
Kimberly Ingram. Kimberly? Robert Unmack. I think they left, didn't they?
Yes,
I think they did. So I know I'll contact her afterwards because I know she had, well, I won't go into it, but there was a situation, those two. So here, this one I know we have. She's here. Teresa A. Bickard. And Jonathan Watson. You are Jonathan? I know, Scott Spitali. Am I getting that right? Okay, Dorian Burleson. There you go. There you go. Gail Pewdash. Hillary Snyder. Well, Nick Smith. Let's give a big hand to our Beware the Dark cast. Applaud yourself, why not? And I want to thank each and every one of you. And let's get the anyone who has a trophy back on the stage so we can get pictures and video of all of you. And you should go there too. You should be right there with everyone. And let me go down, I'll help Ed.
I want to thank all the filmmakers for coming and just supporting us. Diana's done a wonderful job of bringing all this together. And thank you to the Multiplex for having us as well.
So we'll be able to do some screenshots.
Are we moving over by the lights?
Yeah, we're gonna get this set up. And let's get all people's trophies too out here in front. Show those trophies off. Okay. This is what we have to work with the lights. We'll make the best of it. And then editing, so if the pictures, he has the video running too, which will also be taking screenshots from.
What happened to the guy from the cinema? Is he at his job?
Talking about, you talking about Nathan?
Get on stage, I can't see you at all.
That's because I'm hiding. He's over there.
Everybody switch in with the short hair.
Oh, I was in here. I think this guy, he was on America's Most Wanted. Only twice.
Everybody getting their pictures?
Dorian, I love your award. Thank you. In a way, you should be.
Yeah, Diana, come on.
There we go.
Good? We good? So this will be on social media, we'll also get some screenshots out of this.
Stay on.
Have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.